All right. It looks like I am live. My name is Christy Hillock. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located in Salt Lake City, Utah, and my business is CJ Card Creations. I am so glad that you found me, whether you're watching me live or if you are catching the replay. So thank you for being here. I feel out of practice because I was on vacation last week, and so now I'm trying to figure out what exactly I'm supposed to be doing and when and where and all the things. So be patient with me. I'm gonna just do my best. So a few things that I wanted to tell you about, and the links for all of these will get posted in the description of this video afterwards. Hey mom, thanks for being here. Um, So I have a class to go, and I will show you those cards here in just a minute, but the registration for that ends on July 12th, it's next Tuesday. And then I also have a class in person on July 11th, which is next Monday. So I still have spots in that if you're interested and you're local. Starting in May, I guess. So this is my third month doing this. I have picked kind of a technique to focus on, and each week I share 3 samples using that one technique. And then over the course of 3 weeks, you get 3 different ways of doing the technique. So tonight is my first in this month's series, and it is all going to be about heat embossing. So tonight we're going to focus on embossing any color. So with that said, if you would like to get make and takes from tonight and the next 2 Thursday nights, then I will put up a host code that you can put in an order and use that host code. Order minimum is $35. If you have any questions, let me know. I just sent out a PDF and the kits for everyone who ordered in June, so thank you all very much. And let's see. I've talked about Paper Pumpkin, but it is our monthly subscription kit. It's an all-inclusive crafting kit. It's usually cards, but every once in a while they do 3D projects. And the one that registration ends on July 10th, so Sunday, is called Sending Good Thoughts. And it is sort of like a message in a bottle theme, so kind of beachy. Goes with our new vintage bottle punch if you wanted to get more bang for your buck with that punch. And it does make 9 cards, and it's got all the die cuts and twine and hey Aunt Pat, thanks for being here. Everything you need to make 9 really nice cards. So there will be a link for that. And during Celebration, which started July 1st, that's always my favorite time to get a prepaid subscription to Paper Pumpkin because I'm going to buy it anyway. And so I like to pay for anywhere from 3 to 12 months at a time. And then I also earn free products from our Celebration catalog. If you're not familiar with Celebration, or if you haven't gotten a catalog for the new mini, the annual catalog, or the Celebration catalog, we kind of have a lot going on right now. Let me know. I would love to get a catalog to you if you don't already have a demonstrator. So otherwise, I just have several channels that I would love it if you follow me on. So I'm here on Facebook, I'm on YouTube, and I always download the video from Facebook and then move it over to YouTube. So you know, even if your friends aren't on Facebook, they can still watch these videos. And then I'm also on Instagram, and I share some fun reels and different content over there. And then I have a mailing list, an email list. So the email list is where you'll get all of the dimensions for tonight's project and any upcoming class information, any Stampin' Up! Specific information. So you definitely don't want to miss anything there. So make sure you hop over and sign up for the email list. And I think that's all I was going to say before I flip the screen. So let me switch that and fix my lighting here, and I will show you just a couple more things. If I can find them, it's always a good thing. So I mentioned my class to go, and it is using the Season of Chic bundle and makes these 6 gorgeous cards. So I just finished the PDF today and I got all excited all again about how gorgeous these cards are. But each kit includes a half a pack of paper, a bolt of ribbon, and a pack of the opal rounds that I used on those cards. It also includes all of the pre-cut cardstock, any die cutting that you need that's not included in the Season of Chic bundle, and envelopes and a color PDF. So I would love it if you would check that out. And then I have 2 weeks worth of winners to share. So anytime that you like and share my videos and then come back and comment on my video that you shared it, then I put you in a drawing. And so Susan and Jane, you both won over the last couple of weeks. So I will get these cards out to you. And thank you for sharing. And next, I wanted to show you this beautiful planner. I'm so excited about it. It comes with these 3 notebooks. So this one, it would be really nice for kind of designing because of the dots. I think it would help me at least with sizing and that kind of thing. And then a blank page as well. And one with lines. All those to-do lists. And then it includes this gorgeous planner. And the planner comes with stickers. It includes 18 months worth of monthly and weekly pages. And then it also includes all of, so the monthly page and then the weekly page. And then some other monthly pages that you can kind of review the month and make notes and to-do lists. So I think this is really beautiful and will be useful once I really get switched over from my other planner. And then all these fun stickers, and these little notebooks also fit in the back of it. And to make it even better, it includes this really fun stamp set. And so you can kind of decorate your planner and make it a little more creative and you, I guess. So there is that. In order to get that, there's a sign up bonus during July and August. What that means is that you can purchase the already amazing starter kit, which is $99 with free shipping, and you get to pick $125 worth of product, anything that you like. And then you'll also get that whole bundle for the planner. So yes, I think it's really well thought out and lots of space for notes and lists and all the things that I have on, a paper scrap here and a little notepad over here. And my life is somewhat of a mess sometimes. So I think this planner will really help. So that being said, I am going to get on with tonight's card. So this card uses the Wonderful World Designer Series paper. This paper is free with $100 purchase in the Stampin' Up! Or the Celebration. So it includes a pack of the paper and then this stamp set that coordinates. So I wanted to just really show you how pretty it was and just a really nice floral set. And so this is kind of my girly florally thing. And then I have this sample, that same layout, and then, and I didn't mention, but it is the flower and the sentiment that are embossed over here. And then this one, I did some dry embossing on both of these. And then this is from the Tea Boutique paper. And I don't know if you can see the shimmer. I did Wink of Stella on that teacup. But the teacup and the lemon slice are both heat embossed. And then on the inside, I just did that. And for the final one, I always try to do a little bit more masculine. And so this one is using the Rooted in Nature, maybe. I'm not 100% sure on the name, but I heat embossed this. It's like a crosscut of a tree, and then also the sentiment. So I thought these were kind of a fun selection using a bunch of different products. Hopefully you see something that you like out of all of those. And I am going to show you, like I said, the one with Wonderful World and the So Sorry sentiment. So just going to take a standard card base here. And then I took a piece of our Orchid Oasis, which is one of the new in colors. And I embossed it just with an embossing folder with the gingham embossing folder. And I love this one because it's really adds a lot of texture without being overwhelming. It's really uniform, which I think is nice in certain situations. So I am just going to adhere this directly onto my card front. And when I use dry embossed panels, I do like to use liquid glue just because it gets kind of into those grooves and you get a little bit better adhesion. So now I have this piece of the Wonderful World printed paper. And I really like this yellow on the back too. I think it would look better with just blanked Starry Night, I think, is the other in color that I think it might look a little better with, but it's really pretty with the Orchid Oasis too. So I'm just gonna throw some glue on that, even though I really like that side. And make sure my flowers are going the right direction. And set this right on here. And of course, my glue leaked out just a little bit, but that's all right. And then make sure I've got this nice and straight. And that is the basic card. So now that that's all put together, I am going to bring in my stamp set, and I'm using the iris for this one, along with my Orchid Oasis ink. And I'm also going to use my Versamark ink. So the Versamark is the ink that's really sticky that holds that embossing powder. So that is a must-have if you are doing any heat embossing. So I'm going to show you two different ways of doing this technique tonight. They both work. It's kind of just a personal preference, or also depends on what supplies you have. But first I'm going to ink this stamp up with Versamark. And you can see it's shiny. So even though there's no color to it, you can tell that it's there. And then I'm going to open up this Orchid Oasis pad and go right onto that to pick up some color. And now you can see that. And this stamp set is also one of our distinctive stamp sets. So you get, with just one stamp, a lot of variety, I guess, in the depth of the color. So you can see that texture there. Now that I have gotten that all stamped up, I'm going to go right into my clear embossing powder and just spread some of this on there. So now if you look, you can tell it's kind of dull compared to what it was just before I put the powder on. So now I can bring in my heat tool, and I'm just going to let it heat up for a second before I actually point it at the stamped image, because I don't want to scorch my paper. So now that it's getting hot, I'll just heat this up, and you just want to heat it until you can see it turn shiny. So you start off with that really matte look, and then it turns into this beautiful shine. So hopefully that's showing up okay there. All right, so that is the first method for this. Now the other way that I like to do this is to bring in my Stamparatus. So I am going to use this sentiment from Amazing Phrasing, which is another free set in the Celebration catalog. And I have needed more So Sorry kinds of cards lately, unfortunately. So we're just going to go ahead and make another one with the same sentiment. And I am just lining this stamp up on my grid here, sort of. So the deal with photopolymer, this is maybe not the best way to be doing this. The deal with photopolymer stamps is that they can bend as you're putting them on the block, and that can cause you to not actually have it aligned properly. So what I'm doing is just setting this to where I think it looks straight on my cardstock, and now I'll pick it up with my plate and then just double check it with the grids, and that worked much better. So the next part of this, and when you are using your Stamparatus, it works a little bit better if you put an ink pad or a stamp box or something underneath this plate, just so that you have more of a level inking surface, if that makes sense. So I am just going to put a little bit of my Orchid Oasis ink on here. And the nice thing about doing it this way is that if you don't get enough ink the first time, you just do it again. But fortunately, that's stamped up nicely. So let's see. I, of course, took my chamois to wash it today and didn't bring it back. So we're just going to clean it up like that because I don't want Orchid Oasis ink in my Versamark. So now I am bringing up my Versamark ink, and I am going to put that right on top of the sentiment. And now I can bring in my clear embossing powder again and get that on here. So for the colors of embossing powder that I use a lot more than others, I did go ahead and get these cute little boxes. But if it's one that I don't use a ton, I just leave it in the container that it comes in. So your choice. There are certainly ways of making both work. And later in this series this month, I will show you how I do it if I don't have it in a little box. So just going to get this all heated up now. There we go, finally starting to turn. Okay, and so you can see the same effect, but just a slightly different technique. Either way, Versamark was on top of the Orchid Oasis ink once I was done. So I stamped that a little further to the edge than I might have, but I think it's going to be okay. So I am just going to angle cut this one and angle cut that one. Let's see, let's try to get that a little more centered. There we go. Okay. And we will adhere this directly to the stylish circle, and then I'll pop up that circle on the card base. Now, I don't believe in my sample that I stamped on the inside of this particular card, but we can go back and add that in this one. And I think that looks pretty straight. So I'm going to do dimensionals. And when it's circles, I usually just do 3, kind of equidistant there. And we will just line this up so the sentiment panel is straight with the, the card base. So there is that, and then I can just open this up and add another iris. And you could also add this to your envelope if you wanted to do that as well. or you could decorate your envelope with the same pattern of paper. So that is our card for tonight. So just kind of an intro to heat embossing. Hopefully you learned a couple of little tips there, and I definitely hope that you will copy this layout and idea and share it on my Facebook group. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like it. My irises didn't bloom this year, and I'm really sad about it. So it was fun to find this stamp. So I hope that is inspiring. Just going to come back over here. All right. Well, oh, hey, Tiffany, I'm so glad you were here. Thank you. I hope that you all have a wonderful evening and a wonderful weekend. And I look forward to seeing you again next Thursday at 7:30 Mountain Time. Thanks so much. Have a good one.